Hello, record collectors, vinyl collectors, music collectors, everybody. It's Friday. I got a couple more videos to make today, but I thought of something new. Or maybe it's not new. But let's talk about a filler album, We all got filler albums in our collection, right? Everybody knows what a filler album is. Back in, I was going to say, sometimes I don't always know what I'm talking about, but I get a general idea about things. All right. So back in the late 50s, or any time for that matter, mostly a lot of early 60s stuff, they would make 45s, right? And 45s to get, to sell, or, let radio stations play them and see what happens, right? And once in a while, they'd come up with a hit, right? And then have another hit by the same person group. So they have a couple hits that are now playing on the radio station, right? And sometimes even come up with a third one, right? That they play. Now all of a sudden they got 3 hit 45s, fair size hits 45s. So what are they thinking of now? How are we gonna, do this? How are we gonna make more money, right? How are we gonna, put this out there so more people can see it and buy it and stuff, spend their money on these records? Of course they're gonna make a vinyl album, right? An album. So they already got 2 or 3 hits. They got something on the B-side, whatever that may be, right? So they put those 2 or 3 records on the album, plus they fill the album up with some songs that most everybody knows or heard on the radio. They may not know who sings the song, but they definitely heard that song playing on the radio, right? So they're looking at the album like, oh, okay. Don't just stand there. Why don't they understand? Downtown. I know Downtown. Dankeschön, Dankeschön. Everything but love. World Without Love, Lennon and McCartney. Hey, everybody knows that song, right? Hey, Say Something Funny. Yeah, we know that one. Too Young. What the World Needs Now Is Love. Yeah, I know that. Save Your Heart for Me. They're going, yeah, I've heard that. Ribbons and Roses. The End of the World. So yeah. So this album produced 2 big hits. Right? 2 big hits. And I think there might have been a third minor hit on here. And I think that might have been Ribbons and Roses. Or anyway, from what I'm talking about here in Canada, right? So here in Canada, this album came out in 65. Right? From the, Patty Duke, from the Patty Duke Show. And Don't Just Stand There, right? Went to number 10 on the Jump Chart in the summer, right, of 65. And Say Something Funny to Me, which was fairly huge, same amount of time spent on the chart, but it went to number 2, right, here in the Jump Chart in 1965. So this is known as a filler album. Put some songs on here that everybody knows, and we'll sell these songs again, right, that were hits on the charts, whatever you want to call it. And we'll get some more money out of this. So this is a filler album. This is one, and this is the other one. She also had another one out in 66, Patty Duke, right? And this one had, it doesn't have any songs on it at all, but it was a cutout, right? See the circle here? This one was a cutout, which means it never sold. It started big, and then it went down until it finally ended up in the cutout section with the BB hole in it, right? So yeah, get rid of that one. It's not selling. All right, so on this here, right, the World Is Watching Us. Yesterday by Paul McCartney, all through the day, Whenever She Holds You, which was a fair size hit. This is the one that was on this album, is Whenever She Holds You, right? And that ended up being number 14 in April of 1966 on the Jump Chart, right? That went to number 14, yeah, stayed in the chart for 8 weeks. Not bad considering the time period. And then side 2 had One Kiss Away, I love how you love me, right? Everybody knows that. Sure Gonna Miss Him, right? We all know that one. Written by Bobby Russell. All I Have to Do Is Dream, right? The Everly Brothers, that's on here. Nothing But You. A couple of them I don't even know myself, but probably back then I did. But Yesterday's the big one, right? All I Have to Do Is Dream, Nothing But... So Whenever She Holds You, like Bobby Goldsboro, right? Well, yeah, Bobby Goldsboro was the hit off this album. But most of this album is filler, right? Same thing. We got a hit here in 1966, right? We got a hit, so we have to fill up. We have to give her another album. See, the other album did as well. This album here does as well as the first album, which I don't think it did. But anyway, that's another album. So this is Patty Duke. And they're talking about Don't Just Stand There on this album from 1965, right? So this is 1966, and the hit on here is Whenever She Holds You. So that's two albums, filler albums. I call them filler albums. Yeah, on the United Artists label. And there's the old sleeve. See, this is the original sleeve. The other one was a new one, the white one. But you see how they brown out? You can see it. But yeah, good old Patty Duke. She passed away now. God bless her. But yeah, she was a good actress. But yeah, she did a lot. But she was in the Patty Duke show. She played identical cousins, right? So that was on TV in the early 60s. So yeah, Patty Duke with her first album from 1965 with two massive hits, fair-sized hits, Don't Just Stand There and Say Something Funny. There you go, people. I'm just talking about filler albums. So, you guys know any filler albums? You think that's a filler album, you have some filler albums in your collection, show one. Just say, hey look, this is the filler album. Because it's got one or two songs on it, and songs that everybody knows, but she doesn't really sing them, right? So it's a filler album. Most everybody back in the 60s time period, they all had filler albums, most of them. Maybe not all of them, because I'm not sure, but most of them did. So that's my first video on a filler album. Maybe next week I'll do another video on another filler album, just for the halibut of it. All right, people. Talk to you later.